Today, we got a very cool episode for you guys. We're gonna be doing Yonge and Dundas at Dundas Square. Very famous spot, not just for skateboarding, but a lot of history has gone down here, a lot of tourism, events, you name it, it's all going down here. We got Dundas Station, we got the Eaton Center behind me, tons of good food, restaurants, all that good stuff. We're also gonna be joined by Justin Fabus today, who's gonna be giving us a really sick story on his Nollie Heel down the six flat that's just over to my right here. Stay tuned to the end of the video for that. That was actually such a wild story. I can't wait to jump in with that with him. But with all that said, let's start the video and jump right in.
Oh my God, bro, you good? That guy came out of nowhere.
You're not the devil, but you're heaven and hell. You think I could use one of these without breaking my neck?
This place has actually not been here for that long. It's a lot shorter than I thought. It was actually built between 1997 and 2002. It's kind of like reminiscent of like a Times Square in New York. You know, you got a whole stage here, which is actually where we're heading right now for this 2 block that a lot of people do tricks down. But you know, you got concerts that go down here, and then you also have a lot of crazy events, which we're actually gonna get into some of them that were actually skateboarding related. All these restaurants around. There's actually a really good sushi spot. Spring Sushi, that one's definitely my favorite. Great restaurant. We got City TV here, Omni Television. You have the Toronto Eaton Center as well right there. The Dundas TTC station as well, so it's super easy to navigate, connects to Path. We also have the Ed Mirvish Theater as well, just down the road there. But unfortunately, we can't get past this fence today, but hopefully you can at least see it in the background right now. This pretty big 2 block. There's a lot of tricks that have gone down on this thing. There's also a 7 stair that attaches to the other side of it too. There's a sweet little bank up at the top, so you can like even do a trick up the top, come down fakie and hit a trick down the 2 block again. And then on the other side here, it goes over a handrail and then onto this, kind of like the top of the 2 block kind of drops down in like this little bank. And then you drop off and hit this little 6 stair. But yeah, let's get into some of the tricks that have gone down on the 2 block. First one that I could think of is Warren Ungen with his nollie frontside flip in Oriette. Also in the same video, you have Jacob Williams. He did a few tricks in the montage section. He did switch frontside flip, nollie backside flip, and then he has nollie inward heel on it as well. Noah Tynes in Safa's part, he has a guest clip and he does like the most pop, perfect switch front heel on it. That's probably my favorite trick to go down on the spot is Noah T's switch front heel. Going back to Jacob Williams, in environment, he also does nollie flip and nollie pop shove on it. There's also a section in 66 Tapes Later, like the bum rush section of the video, where they just come here and just start rifling off tricks. I think it was Morgan Smith who does a switch heel on it. And you also have like a back 180, you got a heel flip, you got a kick flip that went down on it too. Can't remember exactly who those guys were, but shout out to them because they were just throwing down. And that was back in 2003, I wanna say. So like right when the spot was brand new. There's also a nollie varial heel in 66 Tapes Later. I don't know if that was actually in the bum rush section, but it's like a couple minutes later on in the video. And guys, if you haven't watched any of these videos too, I do link every single video in the description below. So definitely check them out, throw them a like, give them a view. And we can't show every single clip in these videos, otherwise we'd be like 3 hours long here. Maybe you guys want that, I don't. But definitely go check out those videos because they're definitely a treat. Another skater I could think of would be Kevin Teo. Grew up with him, skating with him a whole bunch, and he did a nollie backside big spin on it in one of the clip of the days. And he also varial heeled it on the Gravity Board Sports YouTube channel in like a raw footy kind of thing. But that nollie big spin's like so gangst. Definitely like perfect Kevin Teo Steve. If you know, you know. Bobby DeKaiser, when he was like a little kid back in Gnar Boots, 2007, Scotty's video, fakie flipped this thing on like kind of like the big section of it. I don't know, I always felt like this side here on the left of us was kind of a bigger drop. Maybe it's just that illusion of that bottom step being a little taller. The ground does also kind of slope too, so I'm pretty sure it is a little bit bigger on that side. TJ Rogers, Trey flipped on it, balling is my hobby at it, that's so sick. And then Nollie hard flipped it as well in Gnar Boots as well, that same Scotty's video. Marco Pileggi, switch 180. Kirk Harriott, he did a fakie frontside half cab on that thing. That's a hard trick to do down stuff, so I respect that one. Alex Neary, he also switched frontside flip back in the day. Wojtek, he laser flipped this, which is definitely one of the most beast tricks to go down on it. There was a whole event here, and we're gonna get into more talks about that in just a little bit. People were skating like ramps, kickers, skating over cars and shit. It was actually really sick. Morgan skates it in that video too. Does a nollie backside 180 on it, does an ollie 1 foot, nollie backside flips it as well. Seifa Benson switch heeled it. Seifa, he also did nollie frontside big spin on this thing. And he also, I think he broke his ankle trying nollie tray flip on it in the intro of his environment part, which is super unfortunate, but nollie tray on this would have been beast as well. Definitely like a memorable clip in my head for sure. West 49, I Am Flow video. Dave Coiro, I believe his name is, he did a heel flip on this. Ants 1, he did frontside 360 on this, it's perfect. Dallas Ives did switch front 3, 2 angles, it's perfect. Jay Giroux, he did fakie varial flip on this thing. Paul Liliani, half cap flipped it. Brandon Del Bianco, he did fakie 3 shove on it, that's a wild one. Brandon McCausland in the Skaters Inc. edit, he does Nollie Heelflip on it. Mike Crook, so remember that bank that I was telling you guys about? He does a tray flip to fakie up there and then comes down and does a switch ollie on the 2 block. Jordash, he did some pretty fucked up shit because he set up a barrier down at the bottom of it. He back 180'd it, he did front shove on it. Marco Pelleggi and Nick Douglas, they filmed 2 angles, fisheye and long lens for that. He also front big spin it as well.
When I won't stop abusing it, to groovy girl, stop.
Gnarly Nate, he set up a barrier as well, similar to Jordash, but he put that shit out like fucking 5 feet out farther than it should have been. And I can't remember if it was like an ollie or a melon grab that he did on it because the light in the background kind of blocks it, but he like gapped the shit out of it. It's like a tweaked out, I think it's a melon grab, but he gapped out really far and that shit was gnarly. To the side here, Scott Varney did a line using that bank. There's like these like metal pillar posts that you could like kind of skate over if you're like skating the bank. He kick flipped over it and then he came around and ollied over this this rail right here, ollies down the stairs. And then he does another line as well where he just does ollie over the rail into the thing and then frontside 180s down the stairs after. I'm pretty sure he also hit a wall ride on this, but we're trying to find that clip. Charles, he also did a line where he skates it and then hits the wall and does a wall ride on it. Yo, we might not have the clip here. I think it's in that old SBC edit of John that's no longer online, but I want to say he did frontside flip over this rail into the ledge here, drop down, and then I think he might have either switch ollied or switch 180 down the stairs after. So now we're just coming around to the 7th stair here. This is like the only part of the spot that you can actually kind of like see without having a giant ass fence blocking you. There used to be a handrail right here, and I remember Herbert Davey doing an ollie over it, like a backside ollie over it. Chris Kutenbrower, sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude, but yeah, that kickflip over the rail was dope. And then people just skate the 7 as well. Adam Matthews, he did a line to fakie ollie. Skylar Bergsma, he did switch front big spin, nollie big spin, and he also did no comply big heel down it. Kirk Harriott having a little sesh on it in a Nick Douglas montage, switch ollie, nollie frontside 180, and then a switch pop shove on it. Jordash, he tray flipped it in that same montage, I believe. And then people also set up barriers and put them down at the bottom of the stairs. And I remember Chris Kutenbrower as well. He also front 180'd it and he backside flipped over it too. But what's cool about this wide open area is this is where they host like all the events and shit. So when I was telling you about like people skating those cars and those kickers and everything like that, that was all right here. That was called the Street Impact event. And I remember Homer filmed the whole thing on it on his YouTube. Nick Pierre as well also had a bunch of clips that he's contributed to this as well. Peanut, I remember he did like a nollie big spin over the kicker or off the kicker over like a barrier. Andrew Lee, he did a bunch of tricks on it. Varial heel, he pressure flipped over it. He did double flip. And he also nollie 3 shoved it too. And he also did frontside no slide on the back of the car. Mike Maines does nollie backside heel flip over it. Big flipped over it as well. Morgan, he frontside flips it. He does kickflip Indy over it. And then we go to the car part. I think it was just set up like kind of in this general area. It must have been like right here. But yeah, they had like this shitty car that they were just skating over, and some crazy boneless variations went down on it by Dave Paul. The car was wall rid off the kicker. Morgan also did front 5-0 180, front tail to fakie, and kick front 5-0 on the car. Someone also ate the most shit trying to skate the top of the car. Morgan, he ollied over it. He did like a cannonball grab over it. He back 180'd over the car. He also kick flipped over it. And then I don't know who these guys were, and let me know if you do. Someone did heel flip over the car, and another guy did pop shove over it. If you want to go watch that whole thing, definitely check it out in the description. There was another event here, Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk was here. They set up like a 14-foot half pipe, and they had like breakfast television coming around interviewing him. He was signing boards for the kids in the crowd, and I think he was doing doubles with Andy Mack, and they were like doing airs over each other and shit, and it was just kind of random. Like Tony Hawk lands in Canada was the event, it's not just like musical events that go down. They also do a lot of things for the arts. They even did a Nuit Blanche, I think it's called Saputit. They had like a whole event for that where they set up like this drop spot skate park here too. People were doing like a bunch of tricks on like these kicker ramps. It's kind of like a snake run kind of thing with ledges, skating over garbage cans. Pretty dope event. That was only 2 years ago as well. I think they brought all those ramps over to like the Waterloo skate park that they have out there. So that's where all the ramps actually live. They do a lot of stuff for the community and bring a lot of different communities together to this spot. It's a perfect place for like tourism, people to kind of get familiar with Toronto. They had like this Red Bull event as well with Ryan DeCenzo skating off a fucking 18-wheeler that was just like right along this road. Yeah, man, a lot of shit goes down here, that's for sure. Let's go over to this Six Flat, which is actually just right here. We got J-Fab, Justin Fabus. What up, G? How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for coming. You skated this spot, so I'm glad that you're here to come talk about it with us. Sini was definitely the first to skate it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's only ever been kickflipped as far as I know. Maybe you know?
Yeah, just Sini, kickflip, and Will Cohen kickflip as well.
Cohen's was in a line too.
Yeah, he was in the line. He did a half cab flip down there and just pushed like crazy and kickflipped this. Pretty sure he did it twice too, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, I think Daniel Policelli filmed it, Fisheye.
Like
Adam.
true. Yeah,
he filmed the
that's right.
Fisheye down there, and then Adam Banks filmed it.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Let's quickly talk about Adam Mancini's kickflip on it too, back in 66 tapes, which I believe was like 2003. But
Yeah,
like
that was before my time coming down here.
same.
Probably one of the first videos I watched though.
Definitely.
From Toronto.
Yeah.
That clip was sick. Everyone was there. It was a big squad. It looked like
Yeah.
no one was kicking them out at the time.
Right?
I mean, right now there's no security guards in the booth, but they are
just
on the
keep them right
ground.
here.
So the moment you were to try to skate this, they would come out.
My favorite part about Sini's kickflip though was honestly the celebration.
Yeah.
Like just sitting on the stairs and he's like, "That's my day. I told you it was my day." He says something like that. It was my favorite part about it. It's like defined an era almost, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. Let's talk about your Nollie Heel.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about the whole story. I know it wasn't the first night that you tried it. I know you had to come back a couple times.
Yeah.
So kind of bring us down or bring us through like that whole.
I guess it was like something that was like a 7-month span, something like that.
Jesus.
It was started in May, and I just got the idea because I would come and skate flat here after work some days.
This was last year, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
I would start skating here like in May. Just noticed the security guards weren't giving me a hard time. So I had the idea to see if I could talk my way into skating this thing. Since I work in a restaurant, I thought maybe some free food would be a good bargaining chip. And not being like a 15-year-old.
Right.
I feel like when you're like 30, you know,
Yeah, you
late
can have like a
20s,
mature conversation and
yeah,
actually come to some reason
exactly,
with it.
and they see that you're not just like a shithead or something.
Yeah.
So I ended up talking to the guys. We followed each other on Instagram. I planned a day to come here and bring them food, but it's got to be 11 p.m. That's when the shift change would be with the chill guys, because during the day, the security guards here, they probably wouldn't even think about negotiating with you.
There's too much going on. Like,
Yeah.
if everyone's in bed at 11 at night, well, then there's really almost no harm, no foul. But if there's a lot going on, it's kind of makes
Those
it
guys
more
would probably
difficult.
end up losing their jobs if they actually allowed you to skate this.
Right.
I lined it up with them. I asked what kind of food they wanted. Got them some chicken burritos and some chips and guacamole.
Fuck yeah.
Packed my bag up. Told Jordan I was on the way and it was a go. We met up here. Norma also showed up and we started trying the Nollie Heel. Started just like jumping down it a bit. I don't think I landed on one yet, but then out of nowhere, a car came up the one way.
Oh my God, bro, you good? That guy came out of nowhere. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, this is a one-way street.
This was something that we didn't think would be possible.
Because it is a one-way street.
Yeah, so cars are only going this way. So I was all the way down there, just looking for cars only here, and I thought, if that's clear, I'm good to go.
Right.
And they were both focused on shooting the photo and filming.
You're not thinking a car's gonna come from that side.
Not at
which
all.
They did.
I'm just flying out here, Nollie Heel. As I get probably to the bottom of the stairs is when I see the car coming, and I just landed directly into the car and pushed my body off of it. Luckily, I was fine, but you know, that night I definitely didn't know if I'd be okay or not.
Even if it was like a second earlier, like
Yeah,
it could have definitely been a nightmare.
That was the hardest part, was to continue trying it after
Yeah, it becomes like a mind game.
thinking about what could have happened to me. I'm all the way back there just thinking about trying to do this again and use the opportunity to skate this thing, because the guys left for 20 minutes, ate their food. Yeah, I know if they saw that happen,
Oh, it'd have been a wrap.
I would have, they would have not let me skate this thing
No
any
way.
longer. I just continued to keep trying it, given the opportunity, kept landing on it, and then my board broke, and the guys came back, asked if I could skate it again. They said wait a few months to let it mellow out. I had to wait for all the events to stop, slow down. This place was unskateable the whole summer.
True.
So once it started cooling down, I knew that it was probably time to start trying again.
It was like this time last year too. So was it like as nice? I mean, today's a really nice day. Was it as nice as it is
so it's
then
end
as
of
it is now?
October, and I did that on November 9th.
Oh shit.
Probably around like 11:40 at night.
Damn. Was it
So
cold out?
It was cold,
Oh,
and
damn.
but I felt a lot better coming back, having people actually making sure I wasn't going to get hit by a car.
Yeah, you came with a crew that time.
I had Will Fillion over here, Alex Vince was here, Jordan came back, Adam Reed came to shoot the photo,
Sick photo.
and my girlfriend worked across the street at the Eaton Center at the time, so she came here as well. And for me, I just knew that I had to do it. I never had any girl on a session in my life.
I've never had that.
I just had to get that done and walk away with the clip.
Otherwise, you'll be out here looking crazy, like
Yeah.
just hucking your
One thing, you
carcass.
definitely don't want to bring your girlfriend
front
out
of
to
your
film
girlfriend.
a manual trick.
Oh my
but
God, no.
This was something I felt that was doable, and I'm glad I did it.
That's
And
epic.
looking back, just thinking about what it took to line up this trick, having everyone there, having my girlfriend there, it meant a lot to me in the end. I'm stoked I did it.
How long were you trying that trick for? How many, like an hour, half hour?
25, 30 minutes of trying it until
Not
I
bad.
rode away.
Yeah.
But I was stoked I made it up the curb, because that was another part of this spot, is I didn't want to just jump off my board when I got to the curb. I wanted to go up the curb, and my wheels clipped it going up.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird ollie, like
It's-
because you're going so fast.
Yeah,
like,
the moment I
fast
landed, I
setup.
just got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
And for me, I needed to go up the curb and ride away,
Worked
and
out.
not jump off my board to feel like I did it. And
Right.
I'm stoked.
Fucking bringing food
Thanks.
to security guards and getting hit by cars and shit. Having a
Yeah.
girlfriend on the sesh.
Yeah, it was-
That's a lot going on.
Yeah, I can't say that I've had all that going on for a clip in my life. So
You persevere.
I'll always look back, and living around the corner from here meant a lot to me to do this. Like if I didn't live around here at the time, I definitely wouldn't have thought about this. Just like I feel like most skaters in the city don't think about coming in skating this thing. 'Cause
It's not a
really,
popular
it's
spot.
a perfect spot.
Yeah.
But I feel like the likelihood of getting away with a clip,
Yeah.
given people right here, like
It's
that,
surprising. Like it's been skated since like over 20 years now, and there's only 3 tricks
Yeah.
that we can think about
Exactly.
that
I'd
have
love
gone
to see
down.
someone come and skate.
And you're
it.
one of them.
See,
Sick.
Hey.
Good story. Thanks for
thanks, Justin.
telling it, man. I'm glad we
Appreciate
could
it.
finally, get it out there, because it was at the end of that bevy edit, which
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was such a long story behind it. So to finally get that story and have you guys be able to hear it as well is, it's pretty cool. I love that shit.
I'm glad I could share it with you guys.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Appreciate it.
Respect.
Yeah. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
What the fuck, bro? That was so
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
A little lovey-dovey.
So that's gonna wrap it up for the Dundas Square video. Hope you guys liked it. You're definitely gonna come across this spot in Toronto, man, especially if you're heading up to Pond. If you haven't watched our Pond episode, it's definitely a great episode. We were joined by Morgan Smith in that one. Click the link right here to go check that one out. Shout out to JFab for joining us on this episode. We're always trying to get more guests on these things and kind of have them tell their stories. So I was stoked to have JFab tell that Nollie Heel story for sure. If you guys like this video, if you made it this far, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below if we forgot any tricks that you think were worth mentioning. We put out a video every single Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With all that said, we'll see you then in the next one. Peace.